Sir,
Can you repeat your
I
question?
said,
Yeah.
okay, sir. So I said, what impact under the resilient society that you spoke about, sir?
Okay.
That what authority and inaccuracy have of AI disaster forecasting models, and how can crowdsourced data be used to close this gap?
Okay. Well, the looking at your question, thank you very much. The reality is data is the art. It's at the art of all this system. If you have good data, which is a relative term, okay, you may be good to go. But I usually tell people, whatever we have as data, use it first. There's always room for improvement. Yeah. So let's do the data with data we have, use it. What are we getting? Then the more the data, the better. The more the data, the better. So with big data, then you can be able to have more samples that can determine. However, crowdfunding data or crowdsourcing data, yeah, is good. For example, we have started a couple of ideas that you can use questionnaire. If you don't have question, let us use questionnaire to do some things that we never thought before. These are where we are going. However, we have to be careful of one of the challenging area in data analytics or in machine learning for data analysis is if the data is substantially different from each other, the source, it may be tough for the data, for the model to perform. We call it heterogeneous modeling. We have data from different countries. For example, we want to predict diabetes. You know, what people eat in a country determine the kind of disease and how strong the disease is going to be. So if I get data from Nigeria, for example, for diabetes modeling, and I get data from maybe Saudi Arabia, these are different locations, different people. Of course, we have Nigerians also there, but the moment you stay there, some of your pattern will change a little because of what you consume, the weather condition. Usually, we use data from Nigeria separately. That is the principle of data science. We use it, model it. That is one work. Then we use that of data Saudi separately. Separately. Now, the next level we are trying to investigate is we want to bring this data together. Data from Saudi, data from Nigeria. Can we mix them together, divide into training and testing, and see if it's going to give us good result? If you are able to get it, this is the next level where crowdsourcing data become very useful. But for now, it's not easy to get good result. We started modeling it. We use even simple oil and gas data. These are oil from the same field, the same country. You use data from one well, from one reservoir. Data from another reservoir may not work. If you use for training data from reservoir 1, 2, and you test with reservoir 3, it may not work. But this is where we are going. We want to be able to see, can we develop systems that are so powerful that even when you have little variation in data, it can still be able to extrapolate and get something better. But for now, no one can still guarantee that. What you do, that's why you see a machine learning project that use data from US to predict something. If you use data from Nigeria, it is considered a new work. Because one of the limitations and challenges of AI is it works in a dedicated environment, the same domain. You can't train an AI to recognize diabetes and the same AI you want it to recognize hypertension. No, it never works that way. You train it for a specific domain, a specific problem. And when it comes to data, that will determine the performance of your system. Because if the data is dirty, it's not good, it's a challenge. So when you want to crowdsource data, if you can crowdsource within the same environment, you are building a system for Nigeria, let your data source from Nigeria for a start. That is fine. You can get your data. But you get data from different parts of the world. We look forward to a day that we are able to have a machine learning model that will be able to work perfectly, even when the data sources are totally different. It's not impossible. For me, I don't believe in impossibility. I believe with time, we can always achieve what we want to achieve. But I usually advise people start from simple, get data from a particular locality, run it, get from another locality, run it, record the result. Oh, excellent. Can you match the data together? Now run it again together. Are they still getting the same result? Good one. Use data from one location A to train. Use data from location B to test. Is it working? These are some of the areas I can call the crucial exploration to see how far the differences in the characteristics of data can still not affect our performance of our modeling. I hope I answer your question, Mr. Ambali. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Barakallahu feena wa feekum.
Amin. Jazakumullah khairan, sir.
You're all welcome.